What should I actually be eating if I am undergoing IVF or fertility treatments? Let's talk about it today. Hello, I'm Lauren. Welcome to my channel. If you are undergoing IUI, IVF, medicated cycles, or other fertility treatments, or it looks like you are starting to head down that route, first of all, I want to say how strong and amazing you are. This process takes so much courage and dedication, and I'm here to help make it just a little bit easier for you if I can. One of the most powerful ways to support your body during fertility treatments is through your nutrition. So, today I am going to walk you through exactly what to eat during this time, how to manage some of the common side effects that treatments can often bring, and help you understand why what you put on your plate actually matters. So by the end of this video, you will have a clear, actionable plan and tips to fuel your body and take charge of your fertility journey. Now, I am a women's health dietitian, and research shows that proper nutrition plays a key role in supporting your fertility. For example, there's a study in the journal Nutrients that highlights how specific food groups and nutrients can enhance outcomes of fertility treatments by supporting your hormone balance and egg quality. And another article points to the direct impact of your dietary habits on your egg as well as sperm quality for your partner. And that just stresses the importance of what you eat when preparing for treatment. And furthermore, there's this other narrative review that emphasizes how your food choices, like choosing antioxidant rich foods and healthy fats, can positively influence IVF results. Yes, please. I think that's what we all want if you are going down that route. When you are going through treatments like IVF, your body really needs all of the extra love that you can give it. Fertility treatments involve lots of hormonal changes and often some physical stress. So, the right nutrients can support hormone balance, egg quality, and even the implantation process. So, think about it as building a foundation for a house. You're giving your body the tools that it needs to recover from the stress of the treatments and create a nurturing environment, a nurturing home for a growing embryo or baby. In my 3-day Fuel Your Fertility challenge, I go over exactly what a strong fertility foundation can look like and whether you are trying to conceive with treatments or not. So I'll add the details below if you want to check that out. Now let's get into what you should actually eat. So here are some food groups that you really want to lean into. Healthy fats being the first one. So including foods like avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish like salmon are amazing. And if you can tolerate dairy, full fat dairy is shown to be really protective of your fertility. Healthy fats help to reduce inflammation and they support hormone production. You need to have adequate fats in order for your hormones to be doing what they need to be doing, whether it's naturally in your body or through the help of treatment and hormone therapy. Lean proteins are another food group that you want to choose more often. So, sources like chicken, turkey, eggs, lean cuts of red meat, tofu, beans for some plant based sources are great. Protein is so crucial for your cell repair and overall health during treatments, as well as when you get into pregnancy, protein can't be understated. Fiber rich vegetables, so think of lots of leafy greens like kale and spinach, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and really brightly colored vegetables are going to help naturally detoxify your body with excess hormones and keep your digestion moving smoothly, which also helps with that whole detox process in your body. And then you want to go for more complex carbs as opposed to simple carbs. When we think of simple carbs, it's more sugars, white breads, white pastas. Complex carbs have more fiber in them, so they're slower to digest. We want to aim for more whole grains like quinoa, oats, brown rice, or starches like potatoes and root vegetables. These help to provide more sustained energy throughout the day and can support your blood sugar balance when paired with adequate protein. And that is so crucial for your hormone production. And when your hormones are being managed medically, we want to make sure that we are supporting our blood sugar balance to have the best outcome. And then lastly, some really antioxidant packed fruits are going to be so great during this process. Think berries, oranges, kiwi. Those are great options. Lots of color. Antioxidants protect your cells from oxidative stress, which can really negatively impact your fertility. So, eating the rainbow truly is a cliche, but it works. Now, the key isn't to just choose one of these food groups to pull from, but to create a full balanced meal with each thing. I always encourage my clients to build their plate as follows: have half of your plate to be lots of colorful veggies and fruits, a quarter of your plate to be your lean protein source, and then a quarter of your plate to be those fibrous carbs or those starches, and then a drizzle of healthy fat over the top or with what you're cooking your meat in, whatever it be, fats kind of follow. My client Jessica was undergoing IUI treatments, and we built out her plan to include this wide variety of nutrients in a way that easily fit into her lifestyle. We weren't adding a bunch of things that she wouldn't normally choose to eat. We were just creating a more fertility friendly plate day in and day out. And she's now due with a little boy in just the next month. Let's talk a little bit about the side effects and how to manage them. Fertility treatments like IVF or anything that is impacting our hormones can bring side effects like bloating, fatigue, nausea, mood changes. So, let's talk about how we can give your body the support that it needs. For bloating, one big thing is to avoid highly processed or highly salty foods, which can increase the water retention in your gut. So instead, you want to make sure that you are drinking adequate fluids and adding some potassium rich foods like banana, sweet potatoes, or something like an herbal tea or a peppermint or ginger tea can help if you're experiencing a lot of bloating. If you are feeling nauseated, we want to try to stick to lighter meals with easier to digest foods. So that might look like plain crackers with cheese or buttered potatoes or a smoothie with ginger that you don't have to chew so much of. Blood sugar balance is also incredibly helpful when it comes to managing your nausea. So, even if you are just starting with something like plain crackers or a plain potato, it's ideal to try and follow that up with some protein or healthy fats. That way, you're not getting a big blood sugar spike, which can result in making your nausea even worse. And of course, blood sugar balance overall is helpful to your hormones. So, all the more reason to try and focus on it. And if you are feeling extra fatigued during this time, that's another reason why trying to keep your blood sugar steady can be really helpful. And that can look like eating smaller, more frequent meals and reaching for a mineral mocktail instead of caffeine in the afternoon. That can be really helpful too. I have a full mineral mocktail guide for fertility that I will link in the description. And lastly, if you are experiencing mood swings while you're going through treatments, you're not alone. But foods like omega 3s, so walnuts, flax seeds, salmon, they can be really helpful in managing your mood and any mental health related things. Focusing on foods high in magnesium as well, paired with those omega 3s, can be helpful too. Magnesium rich foods include nuts, avocados, dark chocolate. So if you need a little pick me up, some dark chocolate and some nuts together could be a great little sweet treat for you. Learning how to manage these symptoms now can be incredibly helpful for when they do occur in pregnancy. Nutrition plays such a big role in how you feel throughout that first trimester when a lot of women are dealing with morning sickness. There is a big impact that your nutrition can be having. So, getting in the habit of making these better for you choices now can help when that time comes. Now, let's talk about some foods that you might want to be a little bit cautious of during treatment. So, here's just kind of a quick list of foods to limit or avoid altogether. Number one being highly processed foods. These often lack a lot of nutrients and they can be pretty inflammatory. We already talked about how highly processed foods can also cause more bloating. You don't feel super great in your body when you're eating a lot of processed things, high sugar, high fats, things like that. So, trying to limit them as much as possible is going to help you during this time. Excess caffeine is another thing that we just don't want to have more of. So, no more than 200 milligrams per day. That might look like 1 to 2 small cups of coffee, depending on how small your cup is, but no more than 200 milligrams. This also goes for when you are pregnant. No more than 200 milligrams is considered safe for the growing baby. And then alcohol is best to avoid during treatments if you can. And trans fats that are found in a lot of fried and prepackaged foods can negatively impact your hormone balance and your egg quality. So trying to limit those as much as possible is great too. And one great thing I will say, a lot of companies have been working to cut out trans fats, which is really helpful. And I do briefly want to touch on the importance of hydration. Do not forget about hydration. Treatments can be so dehydrating and stressful, so make sure that you are drinking enough water. And a little bonus, if there's a mineral boost in them, spread throughout the day. If plain water feels boring, infusing it with fruits or herbs or something like the mineral mocktail guide that you can see just to add a little bit of extra flavor can make it easier to get adequate hydration in during this time. And again, I have that mocktail guide linked below. I know that undergoing fertility treatments can feel overwhelming, but small and intentional changes to your diet can make a big impact to how you feel physically and emotionally during this process. Remember that nourishing your body is a form of self care and a way to take control of your fertility journey because that is something that you can actually control when it feels like there is just so much out of your touch. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more fertility nutrition insights. And if you want a more personalized plan to fuel your fertility, check out the 3-day Fuel Your Fertility Challenge. The link is in the description.